This is not a video that I want to be making, but it's one that I feel that I have to be making. As a parent and as a person who has a platform, I feel that it would be irresponsible of me not to put this out there. But the problem is nobody wants to talk about drugs. But the reality is kids, adults, people are dying every single day from drug overdoses. Today marks 5 years since our beautiful 24-year-old daughter, Casey Hilfiger, died from a drug overdose. And the reason I want to put it out there is because I've had people come to me and say, hey, I heard what you said. I heard what you said at her funeral. I had a couple of her friends come to me after her funeral and say, I turned my life around. And one of them's gone on to get married and have 2 children. And the looks of her at that funeral, I didn't think she'd last another month. But you can turn your life around. It is a choice. If you're doing any drugs, I don't care if it's prescription drugs. If you're doing prescription drugs and you're not buying them from a legitimate pharmacy, they can kill you. If you're doing marijuana, cocaine, weed, it's all being laced with fentanyl. Or if you're doing your candy, whatever label you want to put on it so you can make yourself think that it's safe, it's not. I'm here to tell you that it takes one time. Casey thought she was invincible. She could light up a room when she walked into it. She always, thought nothing's ever going to happen to me. This could be you, but you have a choice. If you're doing these drugs, anytime they could be laced with fentanyl. You're spinning a roulette wheel with your life. Do you really want to do that? And if you're on the fence, hanging out with a new group and you're thinking, wow, maybe I should try this just one time, think about your family. There is no way you want to put them through the torture that the death of a child puts a family through. I don't care what age. I've lost 2 children. I thought I had it. I thought I had walked through grief. I didn't know what grief was until Casey died. You don't want to do that to your family. And if you're older and you have children, you don't want your children to grow up without a parent and remember you this way. And I know it's difficult, because there was a time that we would walk into Casey's apartment a couple times and we thought we were going to find her dead because she was into some heavy duty drugs. We didn't judge her, but we really tried to shake some sense into her. But I saw the struggle. I understand. And I'm not doing this to judge anybody. I'm doing it as a wake-up call. Please get yourself some help, because you don't know what's in what you're taking. I've talked to total strangers who have said, my biggest fear is that I'm going to be sharing my drugs with a friend of mine and they're going to die from a fentanyl overdose. And my question to one of them was, hey, did that friend happen to reimburse you for the drugs that you shared with him? And he said, actually, he did. I said, now you've become the drug dealer that's going to kill your friend. Do you really want to live with that guilt? Do you want to live with the same guilt that the people my daughter was with have to live with every single day? Do you want that to haunt you? I don't think so. So get yourself some help. And if you're a parent, I'm telling you, we have no regrets, thank God, because she gotten herself cleaned up as far as we knew. And she got in, with the wrong crowd. And she was doing the things that her friends were doing, drinking with her girlfriend and doing some drugs. You never know what's in them. You don't know what people are putting in your drinks. You don't know what people are lacing your drugs with. And if you think you do, I'm here to tell you, no, you don't. My daughter thought she could trust all the people around her. You have to wake up and pay attention, because you don't want to put your family through the hell that my family's been through, what my husband and I have, what her siblings have. I mean, it is, you can't even imagine. Like I said, back in the day, I thought I could imagine walking in and finding my daughter dead. I didn't have a clue the pain, what that pain was like, until I actually had to live through it. And it's not something, I've had people say to me, okay, are you better now? Have you gotten over it? No, it's not something you ever get over as a parent. You have to learn a new way to navigate through this. And it's going to be a forever process. For us, for her siblings, for the other people around her that loved her. You don't want to do this to your friends or your family. And like I said, I understand. I've seen the struggles. I've seen the struggles that her friends have gone through, that she went through. But there is another option. When somebody's offering you a drug, or you're really feeling like you want one of those drugs, it's like, okay, here, do I do this or do I keep myself safe? It's a choice. Casey thought, oh, I can do this because I'm invincible. I've done this before and nothing's ever happened to me. This could be you. I'm telling you, wake up. Do you want this to be you? My hope is that I can reach at least one person who is going to wake up from this message, because you are spinning that roulette wheel with your life if you're doing any of these drugs, or if you're popping any of these pills that aren't coming from a reputable pharmacy. And if you're a child in school who, your friends are trying to talk you into something, I've had Casey's friends reach out to me and say, God, I wish I'd never turned her on to this drug, or I wish I'd never done that. You don't want to live with this guilt for the rest of your life by trying to coerce your friends into joining you and getting that little high. Wake up and get some help. And parents, I'm telling you, if you've got a child who's struggling, make sure that you've done every single thing that you know to do for that child, so that you don't ever have to live the rest of your life with guilt. Because I've talked to so many parents who are still living in that guilt of what if. Thank God we don't have that guilt, because the pain we go through is enough. I don't know if I can handle anymore. So please, please, please wake up. It doesn't have to turn out like my daughter did. You can get your life together. I've seen it with her friends. I've seen it with other people. I've had total strangers reach out to me and go, hey, I saw your video and I turned my life around. I hope that this will reach you and you can do the same. My hope is that you find the peace in you that you're trying to find from taking these drugs. And here's the other thing. I know a lot of people are going, well, I've lost my family's trust, and here's my friends over here, and I'm going to be by myself if I'm not over here doing drugs with them. And if they send me off to rehab, then I'm going to meet people who have done some heavy duty stuff and had to go into rehab, and I'm going to get in with a whole nother crowd like that. Your environment is everything. Find yourself a group of people who want to uplift you and support you, and who want to inspire you, who doesn't want to lead you down this road of drugs. Please, please, please get yourself some help. Please, parents, get your kids some help. Please, friends, if you know your friends are in a bad spot, and reach out. Be that person. Be that superhero who can break through. Be that one person who can say the right thing that's going to turn one of your friends around. Don't be an enabler. Be a solution person. I hope you got something out of this today, and I hope that you can reach out and get some help for your friends, your family, whoever it is.